I just think we're more transparent than most places. I don't believe we have a higher rate
Well,
than
so
other
just to
places.
clarify,
My name is Ben Konark. I'm a criminal justice reporter. I was trying to learn more about where people were dying, which Maryland jails had the most deaths. When I got the records back for the Harford County Detention Center, what jumped out to me was how many of them there were. We eventually realized that the suicide rate at this jail was about 5 times the national average, and we noticed a string of 5 suicides in just a few years.
4 of those suicides were almost identical. Incarcerated people had hanged themselves from a bunk bed with a bed sheet in the same cell block. One of those victims, Nathaniel Powell Jr., died in early 2023.
What struck me about this particular case was just, the refusal to turn over basic documents.
Ben requested an incident report of Nate Jr.'s death, and when the sheriff's office shared it, they blacked out over half of the pages. Months later, we connected with Nate Jr.'s father, Nate Sr. Nate Sr. said he had deep suspicions about what happened to his son. Nate Jr. just had a kid and seemed to be planning for the future. A suicide was unexpected for the family. 7 months after his son committed suicide, Nate Sr. said Ben was the first person to tell him that a suicide note existed.
He never mentioned the note. The first we heard about the note was when you filed the PI request.
It's worth mentioning here that Maryland has a state law that mandates independent state-level investigations of police-related deaths like fatal crashes and shootings. But that law does not apply to jail deaths, so cases like Nate Powell Jr.'s do not get an independent investigation. So Ben started digging into what happened to Nate Jr. He was limited by what the sheriff's office would share, but he had an idea. He was going to find eyewitnesses who were in jail with Nate Jr. on the day that he died. And hopefully by doing this, he would shine a light on who exactly is held accountable when somebody dies in a Maryland jail.